thought you could just hide forever? Start some fresh new life? No.
You betrayed me, sis.
Well, we all have our prisons. These tattoos are yours.
I'm doing this to make you bleed.
What's happening?
New tattoos.
I don't know. There's a lot of covered up areas. If you want my comprehensive analysis, I will require full nudes. What?
On October 27th, Blindspot returns on a new night.
Jane has 33 new letters and numbers along her spine.
The new tattoo interacts with the old one.
What's LXT-117?
It's nuclear material which will wipe out the eastern seaboard.
We follow the tattoos, we take Roman down.
We don't have to do this, Jane.
Yes, we do. Please, Kurt, do this for me. For us.
You're my wife, so whatever we face together.
I'm tired of running.
You are very quickly running out of time.
Roman! We gotta get out of here fast.
Oh man, I gotta buy me one of these.
Blindspot returns.
Thank you, thank you. Oh my God, my face is huge.
Thanks so much.
Holy moly. Okay.
Is that too much for you?
No, that's, Jesus. No, I'm okay, I'm okay.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
How are things?
They're explosive.
They're explosive,
Yeah.
Third season,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
What-
we're excited.
What's it like going into the third season, thinking back on shooting the pilot?
I'm surprised I even know what my name is anymore. Yeah, one too many injuries. No, it's been amazing, you guys. This has been such a cool thing for me to do. I've always been like an action girl, and to be on a show that's also got great character development is just icing on the cake for me. But yeah, I can't believe we're actually gonna air episode 1 of season 3 tonight. It feels like I just shot the pilot like a week ago.
Wow.
It's just the concussions.
Have you gotten a concussion while shooting?
2.
You've gotten 2 concussions?
Yeah, man.
You've got to be careful.
No, it's me and Schwarzenegger all the way.
How many concussions has he had?
Probably 1.5.
Right, he doesn't have concussion.
No, he doesn't get. He's Schwarzenegger. He's not even human.
Yeah, he doesn't do stunts. I don't.
No, I know. Yeah, he does.
He does.
Oh yeah, I've been.
Oh, you did the Last Stand with
I
him,
did.
right?
Yes, yes.
And
I
that
was there
kinda-
when he split his head open, and he went to the hospital, got blue stitches so that we could, blue, green, well, whatever. They were blue, so we could green screen them out of his head. He came back to work and kept filming, and I was like, holy shit. I mean, it was like this big, and he was like, it really hurts, but you can't cry when you're the Terminator. I can't do his accent. I wasn't even gonna try. I just thought if I lowered my voice, I might get away with it.
It's a commitment right now that you don't really want to have to make in doing his voice,
no.
Then it's like
It's
you're
terrifying.
an impressionist and you're in front of you can't go
Then
there.
I'm gonna get a phone call, and there's gonna be an email. And
So you've gotten 2 concussions? How did that happen?
yeah, just, being me, punching people. No, I actually, both times I fell on like the 8th or 9th take, and I just smacked my head on the concrete. One of them came from, I got punched in the face and broke my nose. Wow. I know, right? I'm so lucky I was born with a tiny nose, because like nothing happened. So like it was like the coolest injury, but no one realized it happened.
Right.
So I was like,
you wanted like a
back to
swollen, kind of a whole swollen
I
nose.
want the whole thing. I would go and like flick my nose and try to make it bleed before going to set, and it still didn't work.
What happens when a cast member punches the star of the show in the face? I imagine you're cool about it, but I imagine
Totally
they're, like,
cool about it, because I'm like, oh, this is like payback for what I've done to you.
I'm sure that cast member's like, shit.
Well,
no.
it's usually stunts. I typically don't fight the other actor, mainly for their safety, so I always fight the stunt performer that's doubling them. And I happened to fight a woman that was my height, which is rare. And I don't know if I got close to her, she got close to me, and it just popped right on film. We used it in the show. It's the episode of season 2 where I'm in a ball gown fighting with a samurai sword. So can I just say, first of all, I don't even really take Advil, and so I went to the hospital and they gave me Tylenol and Advil and, the works, but not like the works, but like, the little kid works. And I go back to set and I'm like really chill. And I was like, I gotta keep fighting right now. And I was like, I gotta pick up a sword and fight this girl, and I'm just chill. Like, I mean, I couldn't even act my way out of painkillers. over-the-counter pain.
Oh, you were chill. You were
Yeah, I was
you
chill.
were
They're
like chilling
take this
out.
Tylenol, take this Advil, you're gonna swell up, and you have to go back and keep fighting, doing this sword fight. And
were
I was
high.
like, all right, okay, yes. You said it. I
Well,
didn't.
I
Weird
didn't-
assumption.
When you were saying chill, I thought that you meant you were just like stoic and like
Oh no,
whatever. But, like,
that is what I meant. What were you talking about?
you had a nice Tylenol high,
I did.
which I've never personally
I don't.
ever.
I mean, because I'm just a lightweight with that. I mean, it's like bourbon or nothing. So then they give me like Advil and a Tylenol, which I didn't know you could take both of those at the same time. Maybe you can't. That might have been why. But yeah, I went back and I kept fighting, and I watched the cut because I was wondering like, how did they have to CGI my face? And they left it. They left it. It was nice. You know, I got to see what I'd look like if I had any kind of surgery done.
You said a minute ago that you've always been an action girl. What do you mean by that?
I don't know why everybody wants me to do action. I'm the biggest klutz, and I always break shit.
It's true though. Since the beginning of your career,
It
you've
is
kind of
true.
been cast in action stuff right away.
Yes. I guess I was a wrestler in high school, and I think I told that story one time, and it just snowballed. Because they're like, oh, she can do it. We can punch her. She won't break. Not true.
You know she's a wrestler. We'll
Yeah,
have her fight Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, well, I did a push-up contest, and that was so stupid. He won.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he
How
had
many-
this perfect push-up thing, and I didn't realize it twisted, and I almost like dislocated my shoulder, but I tried to play it off like, oh, it's cool. I don't have time for this.
How many did you do?
Not enough.
How many did he?
A lot.
He can still do a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he could do a one-arm push-up still. He's just a beast. I mean, his hands are like the size of my torso.
Yeah. He's still got like the kind of body that's like it's like
Yeah.
pressed in down at the
Yeah.
gut and then just massive in the shoulders.
Yeah.
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 But he's actually not that tall. Like he's a massive guy, but he's not super tall.
I mean, I'm a giant, so like to me, he was like 8 feet tall, you know? I was like, oh my God. I was so nervous to meet him, and he was so nice. Yeah. I just thought of a story, and then I was like, that's not appropriate. Don't give me that look.
You're not gonna.
Seen what I can do to people.
You're not gonna tell the story.
Well, it may have been this thing that, okay. So anyways,
That didn't take much prompting.
with my rubber arm.
Yeah.
Louis Guzman decided he was in the movie with us, and he wanted to put a cowboy hat on and try to do Arnold's voice to Arnold. And that broke the ice, and I was like, I can't possibly do any worse than that. And who doesn't love Louis Guzman? And so that broke the ice, and that is the PG version of that. Thank you, the end.
Oh, that's it. Can I get the rest of the story when we get off stage?
It depends how much alcohol you have backstage.
We've got a lot.
Okie dokie.
We've got a lot. So
Sign me up.
Talk to me about the show. The third season premieres tonight. You've been
Yes.
moved to Friday nights, 8
Yes.
p.m. It's a
Yes.
great night for a show like Blindspot, I think. That's when I used to come home and watch The X-Files when I was a little kid. Friday night's a great night.
Can't wait for all those kid viewers.
Talk to me about what's going on here. The sort of the new device and the tattoos. And
Yes.
what it all means.
Well, so at the end of season 2, they're like, hey, by the way, after you climb this mountain, we're going to make you a glowworm. And I was like, really?
2 years later, by the way.
Yeah, but it was one of those things when they pitched it to me, I was like, what are you talking about, an extra layer of tats? Because already I sit through, occasionally, 8 hours of makeup. So I was like, how are we going to make them glow? And they're like, no, it's VisFX. So I was like, so I don't wear the tats anymore. And they're like, no, you still wear the tats. We're going to put LED lights on you for a reference. And I was like, so I'm going to look like a Christmas tree. And then I was really okay with it because that's like my favorite holiday. So they did that, and I didn't know what it was going to look like. None of us did. So we had to wait for them to send us the mock-up, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And so what happens is, this is actually a real thing. It's just that we may have stretched it like 1,000%, but it's real. There are tattoos that you can get that are like chips in your skin that you can run on an electric charge over, and they glow. And I can't even imagine how painful that is, and I'm glad that that is not what they were doing to me, because I wouldn't put it past them.
So your character actually has electric chips in her skin that we didn't know about before?
I think that's it, because that would be a shitload of phosphorus ink. And also, I've had those on me, and that goes everywhere, for all those black lights I have at home. But anyways, that's a different episode of this. So they put these, what are we talking? We're talking about Blindspot.
That was like a joke trail that you did not want to open.
I was like, oh God, there are kids here? Nope, oh, we're
saw
good.
that and I saw you go, no, stop.
Shut it down, shut it down, Alexander. So I have these, anyways, I glow. Oh God, what was the question? I'm just kidding.
It was just about the glowing, yeah.
Yes,
You kind of explained it.
Okay, great. Well, anyways, the new tattoos interact with the old ones. My face is so red. It's so red. I can feel it.
No, you're not red at all.
Oh, must be the lighting. So I glow. I've already said that. Why are you still asking me about this?
I have not asked another question. I have just let you dig this hole. That's okay. I'm gonna pull you out. I'm gonna pull you out.
Okay.
What's going on with your relationship? At the end of last season, we saw you say that you want to stay, and then 2 years later, you are on a Buddhist mountaintop.
Because why not?
He returns. He's got a wedding ring on, but it doesn't look like the two of you have been together in quite some time.
Right. So something happens, which you'll see tonight because you all are gonna watch my show later. And she leaves because she realizes if she stays, he could die. And she just wants to save his life. So she completely isolates herself and realizes that that did more harm than good. And this horrible thing happens where a lot of their team go missing. And he's like, you have to come back. I've spent 2 years trying to find you. And it's devastating. And of course, she's not wearing her ring, but he is. They were married. And you get to find out why she left right away, which is great.
She's not wearing her ring?
I know. She's such a jerk. Oh my God,
At the same time,
so well.
you know, at the same time, she was rock climbing, and oftentimes women take off their rings to, you know, do dishes or rock climb or
Dishes or rock
have
climbing.
affairs, you know, whatever.
Rock climbing.
Rock
Dishes.
climbing's a good excuse.
Such a man job, by the way.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I do the dishes all the time in my house, and I cook and stuff. I didn't mean that as like a pejorative or sexist kind of like women do the dishes.
So back to I glow. I glow. So then
women do the dishes. Am I right? No, I'm sorry.
Oh God, this is going well. How many? I got 10 minutes left. Oh shit. Okay.
That's just what that says. I can keep it going, so don't worry.
God. Oh my God. We were talking about marriage. Okay, so this is what happens. Yes. We're married, so anyways, this is how we reunite to kind of save the world, as you do, you know, on NBC's Blindspot, every episode, and that's where we take off, and it's so complicated, all the things that have happened and what she's been doing. She's been doing a lot of kidnap and ransom missions to make ends meet, so she pretty much is like, yo, I'm really good at being assassin, but let me use it for the greater good. But you're still killing people, so they have a hard time with that.
How much did, you know, leaving on a cliffhanger like that at the end of the second season, that is really a setup for the next season and knowing a lot of what the next season is going to be. How much did the writers actually sort of have written already or know what they were going to be doing for season 3?
They know everything. They don't tell me anything because, as you can tell, I'm an open book and I just don't shut up. So they're like, guess what? You're not going to know this season. And then it's just a blank page. And then everybody's like, did you read episode blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I didn't even know we had that in an email yet.
So you get to the end of shooting season 2 and you didn't have any questions about what season 3 was going to be? Or
I did, but I was like terrified to ask because I was like, so like, am I an alien? Or, because I've been there.
Your main question was like, how many tattoos do I have, guys?
It was kind of that. And I also asked if I could shave my head, but they wouldn't let me. I thought it'd be cool if Jane shaved her head and there was a tat under it that like unlocked like something massive.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool. Why not?
I offered to shave my damn head, and they're like, no. And I went back, but you'll make me a glowworm. Something is messed up, okay? I just want to point that out. No, I'm always pitching these like insane ideas, and then they kind of sometimes make them into the episode, but they're like muted because they're like, you're insane. We're not doing certain things that you suggest.
We're not letting you
They did hang me out of a chopper though, and I didn't really think that was gonna happen. And then they're like,
oh, by the way,
hung you
out of a chopper for real?
Yeah, I sat outside of a chopper up in the air with like a gun, and I was like on this little itty bitty harness, and I was like, God, I hope I don't drop off of this thing.
How high in the air were you?
Really effing high. I was like, oh, I thought we were just going like, you know, I don't know, even like 100 feet off the ground would have been way cooler than how high we went. But it was a hot day, so I was happy because it was much cooler as you get higher.
20 feet? 30? 50? Like 100?
Sky's the limit, my friend. You're never gonna guess, because I don't know. But it was. Let's just see. I could see a lot of topography. Like I could see New York City from upstate. It was scary, but it was really fun.
Did you ever expect something like that would be fun for you? Were you always kind
crazy.
of a risk taker and a bit of a
Like,
daredevil?
have we met? Yeah, I'm crazy.
Briefly.
I'm crazy. I know, but you already know so much about me.
But you just told me backstage that you're terrified of horror movies. So you're
gonna
like,
pull that card right now.
I didn't know that was in confidence. I thought it was going to be part.
We were friends, but now it's okay. All right, you want to play this game?
All right, next time I'll say like off the record. Do you like horror movies?
No, I'm a weenie, guys. I don't like them at all. I had Hocus Pocus night the other night, though.
That's your Halloween go-to?
Yeah, yes. We ordered Mexican food. I had girls over, and I was, of course, the only thing that freaks me out is that guy has his mouth sewn together, and he ugh, and his head falls off. And I know that it's supposed to be funny, but it scares the crap out of me. And I don't like any time that any theme music from any scary movie comes on. And then they'll show that, what's that clown movie, the It movie?
Yeah. Too much for you?
That trailer, commercial comes on network, okay? So that means it's not aggressive for anybody but me. I have to turn the TV off, or I have to look the other way. And I can feel when he's smiling on the TV, and I'm not looking at it, but I can feel it. He's like grinning behind me, and it freaks me out. And then I met him, and he's nice, guys, but he's still the clown. Like, I can't unsee him. Bill he's it.
He's actually like a really handsome guy.
Pennywise, whatever his name is.
Like, he doesn't look like he's like a genuinely
but
handsome.
like, because I
he's
know
Stellan Skarsgård brother, isn't he?
I have an active imagination, and I can't look at the guy without seeing his teeth. And
wait,
like the whole thing.
You can hang out of a helicopter for 100 some odd feet.
More than that, but yeah.
500 feet. I don't know.
Okay, if that makes you more comfortable, but yeah.
But you can't watch a commercial for a PG-13 horror movie?
That was not
PG. Oh, no, it was R. You're right, it was R,
it was beyond. There's more than that. That was
in the movie.
No, are you crazy? You would have to give me Tylenol and Advil to get me in there. Like, I would rather get chipped all over my body than sit through like 20 minutes of a horror movie. I will never sleep again.
Really?
Yes.
What's the last actual horror movie that you accidentally sat through and you were like terrified?
Well, I wasn't
what scared you the most growing up?
Clowns?
Oh, wow.
I don't like clowns. And my mom's like, I used to dress you as a clown on Halloween all the time. And I was like, well, that explains a lot, Val. Because that was terrible. No, I watched the movie Halloween. The thing is, I didn't realize it was a scary movie at first. I just thought he had like some hip problems because I was like, like he walks weird and his face is messed up. I can't even take myself seriously. I can't do this right now.
You thought it was like another version of The Mask with Eric Stoltz?
Well, no,
like, what did you think Halloween was?
And it had my name when I was a kid. I was like, oh, another Jaimie, and I watched it. Oh my God, I can't. No, and stuff like Misery.
Oh yeah.
No. I pretty much don't. I like animated films.
You like so it's like you and the zoo or whatever that
Moana.
Moana. Oh, okay. Oh, Zootopia. That's the one that I was thinking of. Moana.
Yeah, Ice Age is my favorite. I love salt.
You're a wholesome. Yeah. You're very wholesome. You don't.
What I'm trying to say is I'm super easy to impress. Super easy. Cheap date. But the horror movie thing, like, I won't be like, oh, please hold me closer. I will punch you so hard in your lower extremity. I swear, I can't go to those things.
Wow.
So if you're wondering, that's not a good move.
It sounds very reactionary. Like,
it's very.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what they do every fight scene. They just play a clip of something scary, and I just go crazy.
Just start punching your co-star.
Yeah, I'm like, great, more of that. Crank it up.
Backstage, we were talking. I'm not. You said we could bring this up. This is not another one that I'm stealing. Right. But one of your first roles is in, my favorite comedy TV show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy, hilarious show. What was it like working with those guys?
They are so amazing. They were all really good buddies, and they wanted to play a joke on Glenn. And I've told this in public, so he can't say shit because everybody knows, except for you guys, of course. They decided, I was like 20, okay? And I don't know how well this story is gonna go over with what's going on in the world today, but they were like, so when you go up to the character Dennis's apartment, you knock on the door and your character is gonna, grab him by the junk. Obviously, don't do that, just put your hand lower. And I was like, where's the fun in that, but okay. And so I said, yeah, sure. One of the takes, Rob comes over and he's like, hey, he's like, this is super weird. He's like, if you're uncomfortable, please pretend I never said this. But just grab it. And I was like, okay, I don't care. So I go up to the door and I did it. And the reaction on his face made it into the show. And we still laugh about it because I was like, I didn't even shake your hand, man. I just
That was like the first time you met him and you're like,
yeah. I was like, hey, I'm Jaimie. I'm so sorry. But he made me do it. And then it was like, oh, yeah, noted. And then I saw him at the Upfronts this year. And I was like, can I please shake your hand? Because I don't want to. I was like, I haven't seen you in like 10 years. And anyway, actually, I'm 23.
That must have been, and that was your first, really one of your first gigs.
Yes, it was. So I was like, oh, well, if this is all I got to do, I mean, all right, maybe I'll, So yeah, it was so funny. But I remember the director, his name was Dan Adius, and he said, I said, I don't really think I'm funny. I'm not sure why they cast me as this, but I was like, it's cool because, it's a paycheck and I need those. And so I did it, and he goes, I think one day you're probably going to be on some show like Alias. He's like, you strike me as like an action girl. And this is before I even knew that I was. I was like, oh, that's cool. What a cool guy. And then here we are. So that's weird. He might be a witch.
What do you think it is about you that strikes people as an action girl?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of a tall person. I don't know if you guys notice. I'm kind of a giant. And I got a low voice. Sometimes I feel like that makes me tougher. Probably not right now in this interview, because I love Moana. So
the horror movie thing was like not a.
That was not. Thank you for bringing that up. You're such a good friend. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I walk into a room. They're like, she looks like she could take someone out, and I'm like, I'm so glad you guys think that because it's paying the bills.
Yeah. One thing that I have to ask you about is, I saw the new Thor movie last night, Thor 3, Ragnarok.
Oh my God, I wish I could sink into the chair right now.
And I was like, where is she? Where is she? What's going on here? Where is she? And you never showed up.
I know.
You stood me up for Thor Ragnarok. What happened there?
Okay, first of all, I have shook your hand.
Yeah, you did shake my hand.
That's not code for anything, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
Actually, it was like a very awkward handshake on my part because I was leaving the room.
I thought we were going to elbow bump. And do you like how I totally got sidetracked from Thor? I was like, I got this. I'll just distract him with a handshake. All right, back to...
She put her hand out, and I was leaving. I went, oh.
And then I was like, oh God. And because of the height difference...
I did a double hand thing. I went... that.
And that's very gracious of
Is that
you.
gracious? I thought it was like, I was worried that it was too much. I was like, oh, 2 hands. I'm like, oh, don't touch me there. Don't touch me with your second hand.
Oh, I thought you meant I was not, that was not what you were thinking. Because
No.
There was only one of those. I know my hands are big, but this is one hand.
No.
This is one.
The double hand implies an intimate, like it was an accidental thing, but sometimes
or
it implies
motherly,
an
not that you're
I am motherly, thank you. I am very maternal and motherly. I do the dishes.
Well played. Well played. So moving on from that Thor question, yes, guys, I'm not in it. I'm so sorry. What? I don't know how else to answer that. I'm not in it. It sucks, and it was heartbreaking on both sides. And here we are talking about, look at the glowworm. I really don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you don't want. Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't.
That's the most that we can talk about it. Okay, that's the most we can talk about it. Let's get some questions from the audience.
Oh God, do you dare? Oh, hello,
Hi.
lady.
So you said that you sit for 8 hours to get these tattoos
Occasionally,
on. Okay.
yes.
What do you do to pass the time when they're putting them all on?
What's legal? Advil, yeah. Just straight up syringe it in there. No, it's a lot of coffee, and my makeup artist is incredible. She actually gave me the Batgirl eyes I have today. She's amazing. So we'll catch up and talk about the weekend. Literally, we'll listen to podcasts. We'll listen to every kind of playlist ever because she makes all kinds of playlists. And she has a 2-year-old son that we talk about and just watch all the little videos from the weekend ever. This is a really good answer, and it's true, by the way. And so nothing inappropriate. I'm naked, so sometimes we try to avoid that conversation. But yeah, it's super weird to stand there with like a sticker over your goods and someone's like, so anyways, last weekend, Harlan did this, and she's just putting makeup in areas that, other people have never seen. That's probably a good enough answer. I was really trying to, okay, fine. I'll just one-word answers from now on.
How often when you check scripts, are you checking to see like how many tattoos you might have to have on for that scene?
Oh man, I don't even want to know. I just shove them like, just do it. Just do it.
Like, it's only your hands today.
And I'm like,
oh, great.
no way. And they're like, oh, sorry, we were just kidding. You have to do the torso. No, we actually incorporated a suit now because of, like, especially when it's hot here. And it's so humid. They stick to everybody. So, like, I'll go home, and I'm not kidding, pull off shards of glass or mosquitoes. Gnats are a favorite. They get stuck really easily. And gravel, because I'm always on the ground beating the crap out of myself and someone else. And then I just have to go like, this is weird. So we started incorporating a suit that would show through certain shirts or something like that for stunts. Because it was just like the reapplication was delaying us so much. But now that it's getting colder, it's going to be all those hours in the makeup chair again. It's going to be fun.
Next question.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So I was actually an extra in the pilot scene when you in Times Square when you get out of the
That was
bag,
pretty
and-
effed up, wasn't it? I'm sorry you
Yeah,
were there.
I remember it being like really freezing, and even though I was
Yeah.
wearing layers, what was it like for you, like working on that shot?
Well, it was first of all the most epic thing I've ever done. I've never been in Times Square when there was not another soul for miles. Like, I mean, there were no cars, all the marquees had been kind of shut down a little bit, or playing things that we were allowed to air in the pilot. And I had no clothes on, but you were there, so you know that. And it was really cool, and it started to snow, and I was shaking so hard, and they're like, "Great, terror, that's really great." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm really cold right now, but I'm acting, and I'm really good at my job." But I was so cold that my calves were like pulsating, that they actually got an insert of my calves pulsating, and I was like, "You're welcome. I don't even have any calves." That's how cold it was. But I was in the first. I don't know if you saw that. And the first time I was in the bag, I accidentally glued myself through my tattoos to the heating pad in the bag, which, by the way, wasn't hot. That hot, to the tripwire. So I got stuck in the bag, and so I started rolling myself down the sidewalk so they could figure it out that, like, oh, she's not coming out. So it was like, and then somebody ran up. I don't even know who it was, because I was starting to freak out, because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to breathe. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I was like contorted in there in like ways I didn't even know I could have been. And then they opened the bag. They're like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I was like, I'll just go back to one, and I'll do it again. But it scared me, because I was like, is no one coming? And I was like, what if I rolled into the street? And I was like, but they closed the street off, so I'm totally fine. I had no idea where I was until they opened the bag. And then it was okay, so. That was, again, I said one word answer, and it's just your eyes, and I wanted to tell you everything. Damn it.
I think we have time for one more question
That's
right here.
probably wise.
Hi.
We'll go a lot longer if you want to.
Hi. I was wondering what your favorite scene to film was.
In Blindspot? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's one I'm supposed to talk about.
Oh.
No. I think
Not
it would
supposed
be
to or supposed to?
Supposed to, but I was like, I probably already covered that because I can't shut up. So I would say it's a toss-up between coming out of the bag and hanging out of the chopper. I mean, I couldn't believe, first of all, that they would let the lead of their show hang out of a chopper. And they're like, she can do it. It's okay if she dies. She's replaceable. But I went up so many times, and the best thing about the chopper is we had another one chasing us to get the footage. So it was like crazy, because I felt like Rambo. And that's also what I named my gun, by the way. So it's huge, you guys. This season is crazy. It looks like Judge Dredd on steroids. Anyway, there's another joke about that. But so like my chopper, I'm just gonna use this is mine. And the other chopper's like this, so we would be like, oh, where's the helicopter? And all of a sudden it would be like right there, and you're like, holy crap! And it got so windy that all the stunt people on the outside on the chopper with me were having to block the wind for me. So by the time we got down on the ground, they were like just smushed and beat up, and I was like all pristine. But that was the favorite. Stop judging me.
I'm not judging you. I was thinking about the tank scene in the trailer here.
That was fun, but I didn't get to run it over. I was in it, but they wouldn't let me steer it, because that's also very wise. But it was really fun. It was so much fun, and then of course like running around with rain towers and all that stuff. I'm like I'm the cliche dude.
In the sense that you like
Just in
like
general.
big things being
Just like
destroyed and
stereotypical dude. Yes, I have four
break
brothers.
it.
Yeah, smash it.
Yeah. I have that.
Yeah.
I have that in me. It's like if
probably break dishes.
I'm a quite graceful dish doer. It's an elegant display when I do it.
Everybody says that, but
You've heard about my dishes, haven't you?
I have.
Jaimie, so Blindspot premieres tonight at 8 p.m., season 3.
Yes.
Find out what the blacklight tattoos do.
You can call them that if you want.
That's what you said.
Bioluminescent.
You said
syllables.
you said you have many black lights in your.
No, because the first time we tried this, I love that you couldn't even get through that one. Okay, inappropriate.
I believe the quote was like the many black lights in my bedroom.
Okay, I did not say bedroom. Okay, so for the record, this shit is taped, and
Fair
I will show you.
Fair enough.
But I don't know if you guys have ever seen season 1, because if you haven't, you're all jerks. But I have phosphorus ink tats on my face, which we never revisited, and there's a reason for that. I was like, oh, it's hot, and I was like really sweating, and the ink is invisible, and I smeared it all over my face so that when they checked it with the black light, they were like, oh my God, your face is purple, and it doesn't come off for a few days. And so I thought I should Amazon a black light to see where else it went. And that is why I have a black light in my place, you inappropriate human.
Singular. You have a singular black light.
I think so.
You might have multiple black lights.
Anyway, these are computer chips, not to be confused with my, real life situations.
Tonight, 8 p.m., Blindspot, NBC. Jaimie Alexander, everybody. Give her a round of applause.